Welcome back to Bridgeburner 412 plays Bloodborne. So I went back to Hunter's Dream, put 2 levels in Vitality to give us a little more health. We're going to carry on in this area. This will be the most annoying part of our play coming up here. So, maybe stressful. Annoying might not be the right word. Stressful is probably the right word. Hi, hit this guy. Because we are going to be facing the most annoying and stress-inducing enemies in the game. So right up here, this elevator we're going to be opening up a little bit later, which hopefully we won't have to use. That way, if you remember Shadows of Yharnam, we're going to be confronting those guys a little bit later. But first, we're going to head down here, and you'll notice that the door is broken. So you're meant to roll out right here. I often find it easier to roll out coming from below rather than from above, but just to show you where we are, this is the elevator from the lamp. So eventually that will be where we're coming from, but this is the elevator that we're going to be taking to roll out. You want your sedatives. You'll notice I've got my sedatives ready to go in that slot. You're just looking for the ledge, and there it is. Just roll out onto the ledge, and now you are ready for the worst. The worst and most stress-inducing aspect of the game. So you see we've already been hit with the frenzy thing. You can see the frenzy building on us. So these are called winter lanterns. So with our whirligig saw, they stagger. So it is of a huge advantage that we got the whirligig saw, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this walkthrough with the whirligig saw, is because it staggers enemies, especially these winter lanterns, which make your life so much easier. Because if you don't stagger them, they will grab you and apply frenzy and damage. And it's really hard to roll around in this area because, you can see you can't really roll to the side, so you're like funneled right into their arms, and they do a number on you. So you want your sedative, you want to kill them, and then hit your sedative, because the sedative, or the frenzy, will continue to build, as you notice there. Even though the enemy was dead and not hitting us with the frenzy, it was still building. Okay, now there's 2 in this area. So there was 1 back there, there's 2 over here. So you want to try to kill this one back here if you can. Get your timing down so you don't get grabbed. Boom. Execute them and take your sedative. So the other one is hitting me. There it is. Oh, they're so creepy. Run in. Same thing we did before. And hit our sedative. I think that is the gem, the Tempering Blood 5. Where was that thing? It was a big old drop of blood. This one. Yep, that's the one. So there's our physical attack up 18%. I believe we were able to put that in the triangle spot. So that will be cool. So the idea is you run over here, you go to grab the bullets, and then you get grabbed by the winter lantern, and your day is ruined. The cursed blood gems are exactly that. They're cursed, so they will give you a benefit, but also give you a negative. So, for example, this one, your physical attack goes up 19%, but your stamina cost goes up 2.7%. On this one, your physical attack goes up 19.8, but your attack versus beasts goes down 9.3. So situational. If you're running two weapons, one for beasts, one for aliens, that might be the reason to employ that. Okay, there's going to be some spiders. These spiders have faces for some reason of which I am unaware, with jaunty little berets. You can get surrounded, so you want to try to negotiate things carefully here. Use a rally. There's an item over there, was there? Bullets. I'm going to jog in here. Okay, and out here we will find a room with a lever on the end of the room. There's a hole right there that we're going to be dropping down in a second. But the thing that was shooting the frenzy spears at you when you were outside the castle, I guess you call it castle, was this thing, this giant eye brain that now has fallen into the depths, which is going to be very important for us in a moment or two. So you can drop down here. There are a couple spiders over here, but there's also a winter lantern across the way. I never go get that thing because I hate the winter lantern so much, but I'm going to go for the sake of our 100% walkthrough. I'm going to go over there and get it. Okay, again, set your camera and then just use your left stick to run. Kill the winter lantern as quickly as possible. Pop your sedative. And this item in this chest is a choir bell. And basically it is if you are playing PvP, if you are running some PvP action, it heals your fellow players who are on your side. So again, set your camera on your right thumbstick and don't touch it again. And we don't even need to deal with the spider. So we came in the hole, and typically what I do is I'll drop down the hole. Hole's right there. I didn't even mess with that over there because I never do PvP, and I just come out this door. And this is the direction we're going to go to get our chunk. I've never understood why Miyazaki decided to have pity on his players and not put winter lanterns out here. That was an arcane blood gem, which will help your where'd it go? Will help your arcane up 18%. So it's easy to miss this area. I guess you could call it optional, but I don't know why anybody would skip this area. Down here, there's an item here. This is, I believe, the 18% for Blood Tinge build. Let me just double check for my own curiosity. So, where was that? 21.6% blood attack. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, come here. Madman's Knowledge. And then this requires a key to open this door. We do not have that key. We do not need that key. There's almost no reason to even open that door. So we're not going to worry about that. What we want is, I think the whole point of putting that there is to drive people crazy. What we want is we want to come over here, because that over there is a chunk. Or I'm sorry, a rock. So we will be able to take our weapon, and make sure you're healed all the way up when you do that drop, to take our weapon to +10. It's one of the 2 blood rocks that you get. The second blood rock is in the DLC that we will also be getting, of course. You just step out this little jagged hole here, drop down. And this is where we came and fought. We came in there, that was the spiders. This is where we came and fought the guy in our last episode, the NPC with the arcane sprayer. That's who we fought here. And in here is the room, the elevator's over there. And before we go too much farther, what you're going to do at this point is you're going to, oops, wrong side. You're going to swap one of these. So I don't really like the sit-down one, so I'm going to swap that one. And I'm going to put the emote in of make contact. Good luck if you ever figured this out for yourself without the internet. Anybody who tells you they did is lying to you, because there's no way that you would ever figure this out on your own, what I'm going to show you here. So what you do is we're going to come down, we're going to run past all these hosers. They're not necessary to kill at this point. You can feel free if you wish. It's not anything really dangerous that we're going to be encountering down here. There's a fat lady, but you can come to the side. We might as well kill her. Oh, all our little friends came too. I didn't realize our friends were going to come and ruin my day. For a penny and for a pound. Ooh. Woo! Tried to just run past you little guys, and you just wanted to come down and be an annoyance. So, good riddance to you and your mayhem. There's an elevator right there, so I asked you to remember where the elevator was. This is where it is. It is possible just to jump in the elevator without fighting anybody. And we're just going to drop down into darkness. Put on my little lamp. And you just go all the way down. So you end up all the way down here, okay? You can't even see the floor. So you're wondering, what in the heck? And then you come over here. And you see this thing. This is Mergo's brain that fell all the way down here. You can see it with its eyes. And what you do is you come over here. Is this the creepiest thing you've ever seen? This is out of control, this thing. You come over right in front of this eyeball, and you hit the make contact gesture. Now, the reason I say no one would ever figure this out from the internet is you might go through all of your gestures in front of this eye, and you'd wonder, oh, it's not working, nothing's working, it's not, what am I supposed to emote right here? What am I supposed to do? But you wait like this for a long time. Like when I say a long time, like absurdly long time. So no one is going to sit here and sit like this in front of this eyeball. But because I'm here for you, I'm letting you know that that's exactly what you do. Eventually what will happen is you will shift your arms, they will rotate around, and that will give you the rune that we're looking for. And it will also allow you to kill this thing. You don't have to kill this thing. I always kill this thing because it gives you some echoes, and it's the source of all the frenzy that you have been dying from in the whole game. So actually we're proceeding quite quickly in this episode. I thought it would take us longer to get through those winter lanterns, but the whirligig-saw, as you could see, chewed them up really good. So there's the shift. You get the moon rune. That's the big moon rune in the game. So I'm just gonna, and it takes a long time to kill it too. It's not like it only has a few hit points. So yeah, it's the grossest fight too. I mean, you're just grinding up this thing's eyeball. If it makes you feel better, technically all of this is kind of a nightmare anyway, so it's not like you're actually killing a creature, so to speak. You're within a nightmare. When you touch the Mensis body there, it took us to the Nightmare of Mensis location. We entered the mind. And that gives you the living string. Gives you 2,400 echoes. The living string is, I believe, a chalice dungeon item. Let me just double check here. Was it there? Yeah. So it's a special material used in a holy chalice ritual. So you could try to find your way back to the thing and go up the thing. But, you know, we've got 100 marks, so we might as well just use these. Plus we have a level, plus we have a gem that we can put in, plus we have a new rune we can put in, so lots of things to swap out. So we're going to head back to the Hunter's Dream and do that. And then we'll continue on a little bit. Like I say, this is going faster. I thought this would take an episode to get this far along, but we're only 16 minutes in. So we're going to come on in. I always forget to do the runes, so I always do the rune first. So we're going to swap out this moon rune for this one. So this one, so that one's 10% more, this one's 20% more, this one's 30% more echoes from each enemy. I believe it's 10, 20, 30. I don't think I'm wrong about that. Then we're going to repair our weapon here. I guess we did damage when we were grinding out that thing's eye. Okay, I'm going to hit this. So we can put that there. And then maybe, let's see. Maybe swap one of these. There we go. So 3, 4, oh, we don't want the curse thing though. Where did our 12.2 go? Maybe we have the highest kind of imprint there. This one is the 18%. This one is the 12.6 and 2.3%, and then physical. So I guess that's the best we're going to do at this point. Like I say, let's run with this a little bit. Increased stamina cost 2.7%. We do have the hunter rune in our spot over there for regen. So let's see how that does us. It's not like we haven't been just annihilating everything with this whirly jigsaw, but hey, we might as well.
Welcome. What is it?
See what happens. If we're sensing some stamina deficiencies, we will address those. We're going to get that to 40 before we are doing that. My son just reminded me I have the rock. I forgot all about that. See, I was so excited about the runes, I forgot I could upgrade to plus 10. Thank you, Sean. Okay. Here we go. Boop. We have maxed our weapon. Whirligig is maxed out. Level 10. Got the great runes in it. Ready to wreck some baddies.
Welcome. What?
I don't think I'm enough for anything else. So now we can head back, and we're gonna hit that middle one again. And now we're gonna be beating the. There's a bunch of Shadows of Yharnam on the way up to Mergo's wet nurse, who's going to give us another piece of the umbilical cord. So out here is where we came and saw the that elevator. This elevator we're going to open up here, so now we're going to head to this side. So yeah, there are 3 of these Shadows of Yharnam. And as you can see, fighting on stairs is not smart when they jump around like this one. It's a good thing I killed the flamethrower one, because if I didn't kill the flamethrower one and dodged the side of that, the thing would have roasted me alive. Okay. I don't think there's anything over here. Head up the stairs, and there's going to be some piggies. There is an item around this corner first that we're going to want to grab. 2 chunks. You can hear the piggy. This first piggy, I think I can with the blade equipped. This first piggy you can sneak up on. There are actually 3 piggies, so there's the first one is single, and then there's 2 that are going to be together. And you want to kill these because they're about 3,000 each. I'm sorry, they're about 13,000 each. And we're some vials. So what we're going to try to do is I have mixed success with this strategy, but I want to bring back the 2 piggies that are over there. And I want to get one of them to charge me and fall down here, because then what it'll do is it'll wander down there killing all the stuff down there, and even maybe up around the steps. But the trick is getting him to charge you and then knock you off the ledge, or not knock you off the ledge. You see there's 2 there. It's always easier to fight 1 than 2. Just pretty much just run back here and stand right here. As I say, I'm always so terrified of getting pushed down the hole. I'm going to charge over here. This is totally enemy management. Just as pigs are wont to do, they hit you really hard. Hi, charge. So like I said, good success. So we'll take care of those enemies on our own. Instead of dinkering around. Well, let's see if we can get this piggy to do it. Hi, piggy. Come down and do some work for me. Ah, I moved too soon again. If I can drop down there and then drop down here. Jump down after me. Yeah, there you go. Just come over here and jump down here. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. It's a much easier strategy than I've ever used. Okay, piggy, you go that way. You go that way. And kill all the things. There you go. I'm going to run up here and get some items. You go kill all the bad guys. I wonder why that never occurred to me before to do that. There he goes, trampling the bad guys down there. I think he'll just track me as I walk along this hallway. That's usually what they do. You can hear him. You'll see echoes show up on our meter up there. Nourishing Damp Blood Gem. See what that is? Nourishing Damp Blood Gem 4. So attack up 15%. So yeah, put that on. Let's take down some of our rally percentage that we were getting with that other 12.4. Have the King Coldblood, there's 2 of them. A lot of echoes. Hear that pig doing mayhem over there, it's great. And eventually, I think someone kills the pig. So this is tricky. Here there are 4. 4 of these dudes, as opposed to 3. Oh, darn it. I was going to say I was get one separated. To some degree. Here we go. This will be easier now. So Piggy just died back there. Okay. And then those guys sorted. It left me with nothing. Not a single item. So Piggy was down here taking care of the business, and then somehow died. But he did kill, before he got killed, he did kill a wandering nightmare. So this is the thing, I guess, that finally finished him off. This Shadow of Yharnam has the worst hearing in the game. Hi. Even though he was dead, you know, how do you pass up the visceral animations? It's just so great, so great. So blood vial, blood vial, blood vials, and more blood vials. A couple chunks. And I think there's going to be a chunk down here from the Wandering Nightmare that got killed by the Piggy. Back here. Actually, this isn't. Oh, yes, it is. So 3 chunks on that one. So basically, we got the Piggy to drop down here. And this is where we rolled off. It dropped down here. And then went this way. And cleared some baddies for us, which is good, good, good. We've got quite a few echoes, as you can see, so and we're going to go back and see about that gem, if I'm going to want to swap the gems or not. But there is also this is the same creature that we saw when we defeated Rom, the vacuous spider, way back when. That is the elevator to the boss, Mergo's wet nurse, that we're going to be killing here shortly. Probably have another longer episode here on this one. Okay, so we have already in our inventory Eosephagus blood vial. You can only carry one of these at a time. So the reason we can't pick that one up is because we already have one in our inventory. If we use it, then we can pick that up. Okay, so here is the boss shortcut. So we came from this way. From this lamp. So this will be our boss run lamp. If we don't take out Mergo's wet nurse in the first attempt. I'm pretty confident I could have done it in one. But since I have 82,000 echoes, I always manage to jinx myself.
Good hunter.
Oh, plus we want to see, if that gem that we got is going to be worth putting in. So let us look. Blood gem fortification. I don't think so. At 19%, that's going to be tough to, top. And that was only at 12%, right? I think it's just at 12%, so we're going to keep what we got. We're going to keep what we got. There's no reason to even go there. I know I'm going to have to sell something because I'm going to be a little bit short of 2 levels, so I might as well go sell something right now. What don't I plan on ever using? that doesn't look good. Because, you want to keep stuff that looks good, yo. I'm never going to use the student uniform. So, off it goes. Then we'll get 2 levels.
Welcome.
And
Very well.
channel and blood echoes. That to 40, and then just pump strength up to 50 at this point. We'll see if we need more in endurance. Not sure. We will see. We also want to... we don't need sedative anymore on our bar. We'll put Yosefka's vial, just in case things go south. And we will purchase more bolt paper. Because that is useful, especially in the bosses we're going to be confronting here shortly, or later in the game. Go back to Mergo's middle. And we'll see if we can just spank this boss. Basically, the boss will... it is possible to kill her in phase 1, so she doesn't phase. So, of course, we're going to try to do that. But if not, then she will phase into kind of a ghost kind of thing. So there'll be 2 enemies briefly. And basically, you just dodge through that phase until it wears off, and then you can go back and rinse and repeat. So we come over here. This was the elevator that we opened. She doesn't do frenzy or anything, so I guess we can just keep this on. I always kill this person because she's in the way. And up we go. And this is a real neat looking boss. And yet also quite, easy. You run on in. With her crow feathers and her empty head. Her claws and her blades of death. So basically you just want to run behind her as I get hit immediately. And almost killed immediately. This is where I wanted this fight to go. Get behind her and it's kind of going to work. That's the attack that you want, because that's the one that puts her up. Not even worth grinding her. Just go to town on her like that. I like being on the side of her like this, but just gonna... Okay, so now she has phased. Oh, she has not phased. She's just teleported. Behind her, obviously. Get her before she phases. Nope, she's going to phase. So now there will be 2 of them. I'm not sure which one is the one. But were there 2 of them? I think we did get her in the first phase. Yeah, we did. So phase 1 is dead. So I probably should have let her phase so that you could kind of see. But basically what will happen is... And don't be alarmed, there's always a stall after you kill her. I think especially if you kill her as fast as we did. When you kill her, or when she phases, she'll exist in her regular corporeal form. And that's a third of the umbilical cord, so we're going to be able to get the secret boss at the end. she will basically have two of herself out there. One doesn't have a lot of health, and the other one is her regular self, but they're both equally deadly with their weapons. So we're going to light the lamp, and as you can see, gave us a ton of blood echoes for a very easy boss fight. Kind of anticlimactic for the last region proper in the game, but you know, what can you do? Just get your lightning on that whirligig saw and just take her to town. And when you return, the hunter's dream will now be on fire. So, indicating that the workshop, the hunter's workshop, is no more. She's going to be telling you about Garamond. Do not go and fight Garamond, because there's a whole DLC that we have yet to do. So we will be beginning that in our next episode. So there is Nightmare Mensis cranked out, and the end of the game proper before the final bosses and the DLC. We're going to do the DLC first. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time as Bridgeburner 412 completes his 100% walkthrough of Bloodborne.